All right. The first episode of Two Caring Gents from our beautiful city, Omaha, Nebraska. So many moons ago, we talked about doing this. Nick, my brother, we pulled it off.
We're here.
I love you, man. How the heck did we get here? You and I sitting very close to each other in a hospital room, and me listening to your story for not the first time. The Nick Howe story and the multiple chapters is so powerful. And you and I made a pact that day that we were going to get on camera. We were going to tell your story, my story, and the story of many others to provide hope, to provide a source of light, a place of perseverance, and a way through the toughest of times, and bring many people together on this show that can hopefully impact someone out there that's having the same challenge. So with that, I'm just grateful to be here, man.
Me too. I mean, really, Chris, he described it perfectly. You know, the purpose of this is to really take our listeners on a journey. We're going to have so many episodes. There will be one that we discuss that is going to touch very close to home for you. And it's going to hopefully inspire you to really navigate your journey in a way where you come out on the other side very whole.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. And just grateful for our production team too. We're not going to be able to say this at every episode, but this first episode, just have to say thank you. And with that, let's go ahead and lean in. Nick, why don't you tell us a little bit about you, your family, professional background, just how did Nick Howe get here?
Yeah, I mean, it's a miracle I'm here. I am a local firefighter. I was a firefighter at the age of 19, so about 18 years. And through that journey, I had a lot of patients that I experienced very young, their hardships and what they were going through. And my mission every day I showed up to the station was to provide those patients to maintain and secure their dignity and make the worst moment in that point of their life as least as burdened as possible, and to make it their worst day not so bad. Any way I could. That was my goal on every call. And to provide that, you know, hope, and hopefully that we got them to the place they needed to be, back at home with their family. So it was always tough taking patients out of their home because, you know, in some cases they never saw their home again. But it was our mission to just make sure we got them back to their home. And going through that journey young really opened my eyes to other people's journeys. And really, I had to grow up really fast. And it really opened my eyes. But then what I didn't expect is to go through my own journey and those own experiences. And a lot of their stories helped me navigate mine, along with my parents. My parents both had serious health issues, and they provided that guidance for me as well. I'm really lucky because the guys at my firehouse joke that I have 9 lives. And I've also heard people say that I've lived 5 lives before I was even 40. And what is really fascinating about it all, it is very scary and very hard, but at the same time, I can't imagine being here today and not have had those experiences, because they have really made me who I am and have provided me ability to really connect with so many people at so many different levels.
Right.
And when Chris said, like, we met in the we didn't meet in the hospital, but when we were meeting in the hospital, like 12 months ago, I was bedridden and I was full of infection, and there was a chance that I wasn't going to come out of it. You know, the care they were talking about was basically just making me comfortable, putting me on morphine, and, you know, there was nothing more they could do. It was very dire. And having these conversations and him commenting that I actually have color today is those little things are huge. And, you know, really looking back, but it didn't just happen by accident. There were so many people involved, and you know, really looking and loving yourself. There was many days I woke up not loving myself, and I wanted to divorce myself, but unfortunately divorce means you're going to expire in life. There is no way you can divorce yourself other than that. So it was either divorce myself from this earth or find a way to come back together with myself and find that love again and really become a team to get past what I needed in those challenges.
How do I follow that? I knew this was going to be tough pairing up with you in terms of impact, but brother, I can't wait for you, like, being so comfortable and being able to share that. I've heard it many times, and I can't hear it enough, but it's just beautiful, man. And thank you for powering through. Thank you for not giving up. Tell us about home a little bit. What's up at home?
Home life's amazing. So I'm no longer a firefighter. I am paralyzed from the waist down. We'll get into those stories later. They're heavy, but hopefully inspiring. But I'm so fortunate that I get to watch my 4-year-old twin boys every day and see them grow and enjoy that time that, I was kind of lost being ill over the last couple of years early in their life. So I've missed time. So I'm making up that time. And my wife is fully supportive of it. She's amazing. She's a school teacher. And we're both we're so passionate about public service. And we have a daughter who's about to turn 7, Julia, and she's just amazing. She blows me away with the things that she learns and shares and understands. And one thing I noticed with her right out of the gates, she unfortunately has had to see my journey from an ability to really kind of understand it, seeing her dad be very capable, and now her dad's in a wheelchair. But the empathy and the compassion that this little girl has at such a young age is remarkable. And I absolutely love seeing that. And again, if it hadn't been for these experiences, that might not be a part of her life that is supposed to be there.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
One thing is our friendship has carried forward. I'm always just taken aback in a good way about your awe for your kids and how much you cherish your kids. Even when the boys are beating each other up in the background, we're trying to do a planning call. And I think we can learn so much as we go through this journey of the show to remind people of the blessings and that you and I, from a place of humility, we've taken things for granted. We've gone too fast. We've put our focus in places when the best of the best is right in front of us. And I'll get into that in my story as we go through and I still get challenged with that, right? Like really focusing on the things that truly matter and that really make you intently just deeply happy. But I love, man, we're on the phone and we're planning and getting ready for this for the last 6 months. The kids in the background and the family always comes first, right? But I love the awe that you have for your kids. And I think it's a really good reminder when I'm around people that I love to just say, no, like you created that. It's beautiful. Go enjoy it. And a lot of times I'm telling myself that too. Yeah. I think that's really important for anybody that tunes in to this as well, is you're listening to two broken people, right? I mean, we're not experts outside of, our certain areas, but I think what we're going to bring to the show is a bunch of people that bring that expertise and can help us navigate or have persevered through those most difficult of times, that can teach something to all of us about how beautiful life is and how to not take things for granted. And why would we waste today? Why would we waste that opportunity to go do something special today? And this is a perfect example. Is that we decided to lean in on something. Probably out of the first 10 people I told, 8 of them, like, you ever done that? Well, where are you gonna shoot? What are you gonna do? Yeah. And with you and me believing, this all came together, and here we are. Yeah. So, really quick on me. So I'm a physical therapist by background. My wife is a physical therapist by background. 3 girls at home. Absolutely grateful for all 3 of them to be healthy. We're going to get into family a lot on the show. Being a parent, super difficult. Yes. Right?
So difficult. And I have to, every night, me and my wife debrief. I was like, man.
That's a great idea.
We debrief, and I'm just like, man, this is really hard. And, you know, there is no one with the answers. There's no guidebook. You just get up every day, give it your best. It's not going to be perfect. It's going to be messy. As you well know from a call today, it was messy. Just trust when I say it was messy. But you know what? When they cuddle up to you,
yeah, man,
and that's their safe place.
Yeah, man.
You know you're doing something right.
Amen. Yeah, and we're going to get into that, right? As we go down this path, you know, it's two dads. You know, the history about the name, I think that's important to stop on for a second. I was asked today, as, you know, telling a few people close to me, today's the first shooting of the podcast. Like, we're doing this.
Yeah.
What's the name of it? Two Caring Gents. Oh man, I like that. How'd that happen? You know, Nick came up with it on like the second cut. So, and you know, behind that, and you know, as people listen, you have two guys sitting here that have been broken themselves and have also healed and helped a lot of broken individuals, right? And I think people need to understand that there's no other impetus to this show other than that.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no second, you know, why. It's just two gentlemen that want to try to provide hope and
help navigate. I mean,
yeah,
like we said, you know, hardships happen, and none of us are immune to it. They will happen. Hopefully, our listeners, we touch a topic that gives you the ability to navigate that hardship and to bringing you as whole as possible. Because I can speak from experience, and Chris has experienced that, where you get to a point where you don't think you'll ever be whole again. Mm-hmm. You know, there was many days where I woke up and I didn't even know why I was waking up or if I should be waking up. And almost a lot of times was surprised I was waking up and I didn't know what to do with it or if there's really any point to do anything with that gift of waking up.
Yep.
And
that's beautiful.
It's really what I hope our listeners can capture from this and connect with. And we're going to be, you know, I think the really important thing is connecting with our listeners. We want you to write us, message us, anything you can. We're going to put everything out there for you to be able to contact us, and we will read every submission. And we want to connect with them because it's about a community of support, navigating hardships.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, thank you for bringing up that our door is open, you know, digitally, right? And that's a beautiful thing in the world we live in is it's so easy to be contacted. But one of the things I think we talked about is in our current status, right? And, you know, where we sit professionally and personally, we have a network and we're impacting quite a few people with that network that need help. But I think that's the other beautiful thing that anybody listens into this show, if you need help, if you need guidance, navigation, please reach out and we're here to help on that front. And if it's not us, it's our network. So with that, I think we're unique in that standpoint as a podcast that this isn't just, you know, us puking out a bunch of information. We want people to meet us in the middle with what you're getting out of the show, how we can help you. And this is very deep out of the gate here. There's going to be some lighthearted times.
Yes,
we promise. The call of the day, right? It was the worst kind of mess that you had at home. And we have, you know, part of hope and part of healing and part of getting through this crazy life is the joy of laughter, right? So I don't want everybody to think that the violin's going to come out on every one of these shows.
No,
we're going to have a little bit of fun here and there too. But with that, congrats on show number 1. Hope everybody. I'm grateful to be here with you.
Same.
Everybody listening in. Hope we created enough of an appetite for the next show, and we'll see you at the next go. Thank you.
Thank you.